Welcome to the Healing Mile. I'm Carrie, your walking bestie. And by the end of today's walk, my hope is that you'll feel a little more comfortable giving yourself permission to rest. Whether you're walking outside, on a treadmill, around your neighborhood, or just listening along, I'm so happy you're here. Let's take a deep breath together before we get started. In through your nose and slowly out through your mouth. Beautiful. Let's walk together. So today I want to talk to you about something that's been on my mind a lot lately. Actually, if I'm being completely honest, it's something I've been struggling with. And whenever I'm struggling with something, I figure there's probably a good chance I'm not the only one. Have you ever reached a point where there are so many things pulling at your attention that you don't even know where to start? Maybe you're juggling work, family, relationships, finances, health concerns, big life changes, or responsibilities that seem to multiply overnight. Maybe you're carrying worries about people you love. Maybe you're trying to build something meaningful while also keeping up with everyday demands of life. And after a while, it all starts to feel heavy, like really heavy. Not because you're doing anything wrong, just because you're human. Lately, that's where I've been. I've had a lot on my plate, and if I'm being honest, I've been feeling overwhelmed. And what I've realized is that what I need most right now isn't another productivity hack or a better plan. What I need is space to breathe, space to pause, space to stop trying to hold everything together for a little while and simply take care of myself. And maybe that's why this has been such an important realization for me. Because if you're anything like me, your first instinct when life feels overwhelming is to do more, to get more organized, to make a better plan, to work harder, to figure it out, just push through and keep going. And there are times when that's what we might need to do, but there are also times when the answer is not to do more. Sometimes the answer is to do less. Sometimes the answer is to stop trying to solve everything at once and give yourself permission to breathe. I was thinking about this the other day and realized I've spent so much of my life believing that if I could just do better, do more, prove myself, and get everything under control, then I'd finally be able to relax without guilt. As soon as this project is finished, as soon as these things settle down, as soon as my kids are straight, as soon as I get caught up, as soon as I figure this out, then I'll rest. The problem is that life doesn't really work that way. Because as soon as one thing gets handled, something else shows up. There's always another responsibility, another goal, another challenge, another decision, another thing asking for our attention. And if we're waiting for life to become completely calm before we allow ourselves to slow down, we may end up waiting forever. I think that's what I've been realizing lately. Rest isn't something that happens when everything is done. It's not something that we have to work for. Rest is something we choose because we matter too. And And honestly, that's not always easy for me because I love helping people. I love creating this podcast. I love working on projects that feel meaningful. But over the last few months, I've noticed that I've been spending so much time thinking about what's next that I've forgotten to fully enjoy what's right in front of me. Even when I'm out on a walk, one of my favorite things in the world, my brain has often been busy planning, creating, organizing, or trying to stay one step ahead. And eventually, I had to admit something to myself. I'm tired. Not the kind of tired that needs a good night's sleep, but the kind of tired that comes from carrying a lot for a long time. The kind of tired that comes from trying to be everything to everyone all the time. The kind of tired that comes from constantly thinking about the next thing. And maybe you've felt that too. Maybe you've been carrying more than people realize. Maybe you've been doing your best to hold everything together. Maybe you've been showing up for everyone else while quietly wishing someone would remind you that it's okay to take care of yourself too. So today, that's exactly what I want to remind you and remind me. It's okay to take care of ourselves. It's okay to need a break. It's okay to admit when we're overwhelmed. And it's okay to create space for ourselves before we reach the point of complete exhaustion. One of the things I talk about often on the Healing Mile is listening to yourself, listening to your body, listening to your mind, paying attention to what you need. And recently, when I got really honest with myself, I realized that my mind and my body have been asking for something pretty simple: a break. Not because something is wrong, not because I'm unhappy, not because I don't love this podcast. Actually, it's because I do love it. I love these walks. I love hearing from listeners. I love knowing that these conversations help people feel a little less alone. But I also know that I need some time to simply enjoy my life, to go for walks without planning an episode, to sit outside without turning every thought into content, to spend time with people I love, to read books, to explore new places, to have slower mornings, to reconnect with myself, to remember that life isn't only about creating things, it's also about living them. And that's why I've made a small decision. This summer, I'm going to take a break from creating new episodes. Not forever, just long enough to breathe, long enough to slow down, long enough to refill my own cup a little bit. Because if there's one thing I've learned over the years, it's that we can't keep pouring from an empty cup. And I want to come back feeling refreshed, inspired, energized, and excited to walk with you again. So over the summer, I'll be sharing more listener favorite episodes from the Healing Mile archive. Some of the most loved walks we've taken together. And honestly, if you're newer here, there are probably dozens of episodes you've never heard before. So if you need me this summer, I'll still be here just a few episodes back, waiting to walk with you. Before we finish today, I want to leave you with a question. What do you need right now? Not what you should be doing, not what needs to get done next, not what everyone else expects from you. What do you need? Maybe it's rest. Maybe it's more time outside. Maybe it's more sleep or more fun. Maybe it's more connection. Maybe it's a day where you don't have to do anything at all. Whatever the answer is, I hope you'll listen, because taking care of yourself isn't selfish. It's necessary. And sometimes the healthiest thing we can do is stop trying so hard to hold everything together and simply give ourselves permission to be human, to be, to breathe, to rest, to recharge, and to trust that the world won't fall apart if we slow down for a little while. Thank you for walking with me. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being a part of this little community we've created together. I'll be here all summer long walking with you through some listener favorites. And when the time feels right, I'll be back with brand new walks. Until then, enjoy your life. Get outside. Take some deep breaths. Spend time with the people you love. And take good care of yourself. Thank you so much for walking with me here on the Healing Mile. And as always, I will see you on the path again soon.